Today, we will look at some of the most important parts of Salesforce Service Cloud to consider when building an implementation. An expertly designed implementation that fully utilizes the toolset in Service Cloud will help ensure your team efficiency and customer happiness. There are many components to consider here, so let's begin. Cases are the primary tools that service agents will use to interact with your customers. Consequently, ensuring that they have been appropriately configured will provide a solid foundation on which to build your implementation. Queues and assignment rules can be used in conjunction to manage cases for teams who share a workload. To create a queue, enter setup by clicking on the gear icon here and setup. And in the quick find box, type in queue. I'm going to create a new queue here. I'm just going to call this test queue. And there are many supported objects for queues. For our purposes, we're going to create a case queue. And you can select the members that you want assigned to this queue to handle the caseload. So I'm going to select these users and save. From here, we can create an assignment rule by typing assignment rule into the quick find box. We're going to create a case assignment rule, and I've created one here. This is a test rule. Going to create a rule name, mark it active. And you can create a criteria that will assign to a user or queue, in our case, based on certain criteria. In our rule here, we've defined the case origin as email, type email. So all case origin email cases will go to this test queue. You select the queue, and then you hit save. And now, if you go here and look at your cases, you can see the test queue has been routed those email cases. Service Cloud contains a multitude of time-saving tools to easily complete repetitive tasks or automate a process. Quick text is a predefined message or phrase that a user can insert into emails, chats, and other mediums. You can also input record-specific field references that saves users time and effort. To create a quick text, we're going to type quick text into the quick find here. Make sure that our quick text is on and that we can share and organize quick text in folders. I'm going to go back to our service console, type in quick text. And I've created a sample quick text here, but you would just create new here, input the name, and then here you can select merge fields depending on the record that you're interacting with. And then you can type your greeting or whatever it is that you want to type and select the channels that you want to have this quick text be available in. And then from there, we're going to go look at our case. And I'm just going to create a test email to this user here. You can select this quick text button here. And as you can see, it input my message, and we're referencing a date and time so that you don't have to manually enter it. So that is how you use quick text. In addition to quick text, there's a very useful feature called mass quick actions that allow you to make inline edits to up to 100 records at a time on any list view. So for example, if I go to my accounts page here and I want to change up to 100 records at a time, I can select all of my accounts here. If I wanted to change the state, for example, you select update. That's an easy way that you can update multiple records at once. One of Service Cloud's most valuable features is the omnichannel, a tool that enables you to configure routing rules to assign work to agents based on availability and skill set. It can serve as a communication hub for multiple channels of interaction and ensure that your service team is working at an optimal level. There are myriad ways to configure omnichannel to support your workload distribution processes. From the setup screen, we can type in omnichannel, which will bring us to the settings here. Agent present settings include configurations, decline reasons, and statuses, which define how much work agents can accept and which omnichannel features they can access depending on their availability. Routing configurations specify how work items are routed to agents based on priority and relative size of work items. Service channels, which I will go into further in a moment, route work from a Salesforce object such as cases, chats, leads, or even custom objects to support agents. Skills and skill-based routing rules allow you to track the expertise of agents, field service technicians, and other staff, and then route the work to the appropriate agents. And service supervisor configurations, which give support supervisors real-time data about agents, work, and queues in the console. Service Cloud is capable of capturing interactions with your customers across a wide variety of channels, including email, phone, web chat, social networks, community portals, and more. Used in conjunction with the omnichannel, you can comprehensively manage your service team's work distribution for every method you interact with your customer. To set up a service channel, Salesforce includes several guided setup wizards that walk you through each step. From the setup screen, you can click the View All button here. For this demonstration, we're going to create a chat. This is going to be our chat queue, and the name of our team is going to be Chat Team. Select any amount of users that you'd like to add. You can prioritize different queues of work using routing configurations. So I'm going to make this priority 2 and make the sample queue the priority number 1 for users who are in that queue. You can also set how much work your agents can handle at once. Size your chats relative to agent capacity so that agents can handle multiple chats but aren't overworked. So we're going to keep the chat item work size at 5. You can also add the chat to your website. So I'm going to add that here. And you can link chats with other objects in Salesforce to give you a full view of your chat visitors. I'm going to just do service. And then you can also enable offline support to allow your visitors to fill out a support form if your team is not working. And that's how you set up a service channel. Ensuring that sensitive or confidential information remains secure is incredibly important, and the security features within Salesforce allow for custom access for each user. With sharing settings, roles, profiles, permission sets, and field level security, you have the ability to control access from the highest to the lowest levels of your organization's data structure. Sharing settings and sharing rules allow you to automatically open up access to users at the record level by defining which records get shared with certain users based on record criteria. From the Quick Find menu, we can type in sharing settings. You can change organization-wide defaults for objects. And you can also create sharing rules, for example, for cases, to allow you to share based on a record owner or other case criteria. You can select which records to be shared and who to share them with. By utilizing roles and a role hierarchy, you can open up access to record level data based on your own organization's hierarchy. From here, you can type in roles. Rather, you have to go to setup first, type in roles. As you can see, it explains the role hierarchy here, and you can add roles as applicable. And granting access using role hierarchy will allow managers to see records owned by their subordinates. You can also control which records are shared this way. Profiles determine what permissions a user has to view or interact with data at the object level, such as create, read, edit, and delete. If you type in profiles here, you can see a list of all of the profiles that are currently existing in your org, and you can create new profiles as needed. Permission sets allow you to grant additional object level access to a definable subset of users that may or may not share the same profile. So to grant additional access to users, you type in permission sets, and you can modify an existing permission set or create a new one to give specific permissions and grant them to users as you see fit. And finally, field level security at the most granular level of object level security enables you to give profiles or permission sets access to individual fields within an object. If you select an object here, go to the fields. We'll just say for this particular field, you can set the field level security based on profile. You can say visible for all or not, and you can make it read only for certain profiles. The possibilities for building a custom service implementation are nearly endless when considering all the offerings in Salesforce Service Cloud. And with a comprehensive understanding of your business and service processes, a tailored Service Cloud can provide incredible value to you and your customers to build relationships that reach beyond the context of customer service. If you are looking to build out your Service Cloud implementation, contact DB Services and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.